Welcome back everyone. Today we are continuing the process of doing the brakes on this Nissan Rogue, and we did the front on the previous video. This one is going to be the rear brake change. The tools we need are 21mm for the lug nuts, and then 17mm for the caliper mounting bracket, and 14mm for the caliper bolts, and same 14mm for the same caliper bolt if you want to open wrench. A piston compression tool, and finally a bleeder, which is 8mm or a 5/16, so that you can do a complete job and bleed at the same time. Okay, first up, taking out lug nuts off. You can do it by hand, or if you got a power tool impact, go ahead. Alright, wheels are out, and make sure you have a stand. Alright, once the caliper is out, it's much easier to now get the caliper frames out. Before that, take the brake pads off. And the new brakes come with this little hardware kit, so you can safely discard all that. Just make sure you remember which way it goes. Alright, switching to the 17mm socket for the caliper frame, 2 bolts. These bolts are a little tight, so used a longer bar to break them, a breaker bar. And then we use a ratchet. So 17mm this bolt, and the one below that bolt. So we put some grease on the sliders there so that the pads can slide in and out freely. To not put the grease on the pads itself, but just on these slides. Right, new hardware and greased up. Now we grease the pins and we can put it back. Okay, installing everything back the same way it came out. 17mm for the bracket. Pad goes right into the slides, both sides. These max pads do come with a nice rubberized coated backing. We do spray a little bit of this brake quiet on top of it to make the rubberized coating not vibrate at all. Here goes the slides. Within the slide pin, make sure this is spinning around and make sure this is lubricated so it slides in and out properly. And this thread will catch with a little bit of Loctite on it. Yep, a little bit of grease, and that should slide right in. Okay, once the thread catches, it's a 14mm. Get your ratchet and tighten it. Top bolt, the brake line interferes, so you can't put a socket on it, so you had to have an open end wrench or a ratcheting wrench, just like this one. You need to use a wrench just like this one so that the lines in the back are not damaged. Right. So here's a bleeder screw with a little rubber cap on it. Take the rubber cap off and you'll see the bleeder screw. It's 8mm or 5/8, so either one should fit. There is a special tool for it, like an open end wrench like that, but we don't have it currently, so we're just going to use a socket to do this. And all you're going to do is bleed the brakes by pressing the brake and let the fluid squirt out. Close this, pump it up. When it's solid, open this back up, squirt some more liquid, close this up, and then repeat the process till the liquid is clear. Keep adding fluid in the reservoir so you don't run out of brake fluid. .4 synthetic brake fluid on this one.
Alright, we'll do it one more time. Just hold it down. We haven't lost that much. Alright, hold it down. Alright, pump it up. Yeah, we're good. Alright, now I need brake clean. Think about it. It really doesn't do anything.
Alright, since we have everything open here, it's a good time to inspect things to see whether there's any problem, shaking, rattling, or something like that. You have the coils, here, shocks, sway bar, upper and lower control arm, and everything. Make sure you inspect everything, see if there's any grease coming out of it. If so, you may want to change those joints. And apart from that, in this car, everything looks good, so I don't have to do anything on the suspension side. All we have to do now is put back the wheel and test it. Make sure you hand tighten the lug nuts first before you put your impacts. Yeah, it doesn't catch enough here.
No, it slides backwards in the socket. You need the smaller socket.
So if you look at the old brake pads and the wear sensor, this is almost toast. Less than 1/8. It's literally 1/16 left there. It's about time to change this. So we did. And that's the end of the video. You put your jacks down safe, and there it is. Rear brake change for a Nissan Rogue. Please put a like, and I'll see you in the next video.